Hey guys, I wanted to show you something. My goal for the month of April was not to lose a specific amount of weight, but it was to fit into my capris that I couldn't fit into. And now they fit. You can see that I have about, I don't know if you can see. There, that's good. I have like an inch in the top here, but I feel like they look really cute now. I mean, I could totally wear them. Cute! Anyway, so that's a really big deal. They're still a little tight in the legs, but the cool thing is that they fit in the stomach. That's what I couldn't do before. I mean, they were kind of always tight in my thighs, even when I bought them, and especially in my calves, because they're like skinny jeans, I think. So I got back from Tallahassee yesterday, really early in the morning. It was like 2:30 in the morning. I'm really glad that I ended up leaving last night, or 2 nights ago, because Ren could not have done that alone. I mean, he had pretty much stayed up the entire weekend playing video games with Nick, and then I would not have felt good if I would have just let him go by himself, because he was so tired. Like, the first hour I drove, and then he drove the majority of like the center, like from when we first got onto I-75 from I-10, he drove that, and he drove all the way past, like, into the Tampa Bay area, which was the majority of the drive. But after that, he was really tired, he was seeing double, he was falling asleep, and I'm like, okay, no, I'm gonna do this last stretch. So I drove the first hour, and then I drove the last hour to let him sleep, so that was good. Tallahassee was fun. It definitely wasn't what I expected, though. You know how you always have like these expectations of how your weekend's gonna go? Well, I'm definitely glad that I went, but it was kind of a bummer. I didn't get to hang out with Tracy. But the cool thing is that she's here in town for the whole week. So I'm planning on getting coffee with her in just a little bit. I'm waiting on her phone call. I'm really excited. I wish you were here, Julie. It's not the same. Anyway, we got to Tallahassee Friday afternoon, and we helped Sydney pack up some of her stuff. I met her new roommate, Carla. She's so nice. She's a little younger than I thought. I think she's like 19. And they complement each other so much. I mean, they're just like perfect friends. They have a lot in common. I mean, they seem like they're going to be really good friends forever. So we packed up Sydney's stuff. We went to sign the lease. One thing led to another. We went to go move Sydney into her place, and it was just a disaster in that place, in the new place. I mean, granted, they are only paying $275 each a month, so like a really cheap rent, you know, totally worth it. I mean, it was definitely worth that money. But it needed some love. That place needed some TLC. And the girls that lived there before them hadn't even moved out yet. Like, all their shit was still all in the place, and we were like, we can't even clean. We can't even move in. We can't do anything because you guys are still here. What are you doing here, you know? So, anyway, they ended up getting their stuff out, but the place was still a disaster. There was like an inch of dog hair in the carpet. So we had to go out, rent a rug doctor. Like, this is what the girls should have been doing that whole last week. I mean, granted, there were final exams, they were graduating. I mean, I understand that things can get busy. But even during, like, Armageddon, I would still be prepared. I mean, the past few times I've moved, I moved a total of 4 times in 2 years, and it was like each time I was prepared like 2 weeks before. All my stuff was already packed up, you know, all my shit was taken care of, and it wasn't like I was leaving the apartment a disaster for the next person. And anyway, I don't even understand how someone could live in that filth. I mean, it was just disgusting. I mean, I wish you could have seen the bathroom. There were rotten potatoes in the fridge. Like, they still left all their food and shit in their fridge. Ugh. Needless to say, I was, like, so pissed off. I just, like, sat outside for, like, 2 hours, just not even speaking to anyone, because I was so pissed about this situation. But, I mean, I can understand, like, it's your first place, like Sydney and Carla, on their end. I can understand how it feels. It's like, this is their new place. They were excited to move in. They don't really know, like, all the procedures you have to go through. Because it happened to me, too, when I was planning on moving into Delray. It didn't work out. Because the girl I was planning on renting from, the house was disaster. I mean, it wasn't clean. It was, like, filthy. It smelled like smoke. It just it wouldn't happen. You know, you learn from things. So I'm sure they're going to take this lesson, and next time they're going to rent a place, they'll draw some strict lines between the prior renters and themselves, and they'll say that the place needs to be in move-in condition, because we had to sit there. My mom was on her hands and knees bleaching the effing bathroom. It was like, it wasn't our responsibility to do that. Anyway, food-wise, I was so-so. I mean, I wasn't too terrible, but I also could have eaten a lot better. During the day, I pretty much didn't eat. I mean, it was like snacky foods. It was like a granola bar, a banana, a yogurt. Like in the morning, I had cereal with some soy milk. It wasn't like, I didn't eat that much during the day. I maybe consumed like 400 to 600 calories during the day. And then at night, it was when I had my big meal. Like the first night we were there, we went to Panera Bread, and I had broccoli cheddar soup in a sourdough bread bowl and a half of a chicken Caesar sandwich. And it was delicious. And I ate all of it. I know. I even had sweet tea, which was something I normally don't do. On top of that, the next day, going the whole day without pretty much eating, the next day we went to Mel Mushroom, and it was absolutely delicious. It was exactly what I wanted. I had the Veggie Lovers pizza. It had like artichoke and spinach and onion and mushrooms and peppers, and it was just awesome. Like, all the flavors were just amazing. I had my own little, like, 10-inch, like, personal pizza. It was, like, this big as my face. I ate 3 pieces, but they were small. I mean, it wasn't, like, a humongous pizza. It was, like, you know, a small piece of pizza. And then I also had a salad. So, after I ate all that, I pretty much felt like I was going to gain at least 2.5 pounds. Because I was like, well, I normally don't eat like this, so of course I'm going to gain some weight. And then yesterday, I didn't weigh myself because I was being lazy all day. I didn't feel like exercising. Sorry, I thought I heard something back there. I didn't exercise. I did, however, exercise in Tallahassee. I went to the gym at the hotel. Yesterday I made homemade lasagna with whole wheat pasta, and I just didn't feel really like exercising. I didn't step on the scale. I was afraid to, actually. And then this morning I'm like, ugh, whatever. I just need to take personal responsibility for this past weekend. And I stepped on the scale, and I maintained. Woohoo! I mean, yeah. Awesome. I don't know how I did it, but today I'm going to get lunch/coffee with Tracy. And I want to show you something else real quick. Yay, the box! I was supposed to send this out like Friday, but yay! To Julie! I decorated the box too, so you'll definitely know when it has come. I'm sending it today. I'm sending it right now. As soon as Tracy calls me, I'm going to run to the UPS store, send it, and it'll be on its way to you. And I did pack a few extra things in there. There is a size 10 jeans in there, so they're really stretchy though. Anyway, I'm really excited for you to get it. I love you all. I'll update later. Bye.